Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to my channel. If you're new, I'm Kelly. This is KBellaBeauty, and I am following up my 2018 Best of Beauty with 2018 disappointing products or makeup regrets. These are products that I tried out in the year 2018. They didn't necessarily come out in 2018. I've seen a lot of YouTubers doing videos where they talk specifically about products that came out in 2018. These are just products that I personally tried this past year and they didn't work for me for whatever reason. And I will go through each one of these products. Most of them I no longer have, so I will insert pictures, but I do have 3 of them. And I have a few products here to share with you. So if you're interested in hearing about makeup products that did not work for me this past year, then go ahead and keep on watching. The first product that I tried out that did not work for me was a disappointment because it's a liquid lipstick and I am a liquid lipstick junkie. But I did try out the Maybelline Super Stay Matte Ink Lipsticks. I had 3 shades. I had like a deep red shade, a nude shade, and then a pinky mauve, which was way more pink than I thought it was gonna be. And these liquid lipsticks did not work out for me. First of all, the dark shade applied super patchy, like really, really patchy. And then the 2 lighter shades gave you that little like butthole crease where it looks, you know, really bad on your inner lip. And I just found that the lasting power wasn't there. I had a little bit of transfer and I have so many other liquid lipsticks that I love that these just didn't work out for me. And I originally got these lipsticks because I filmed a drugstore week at the end of March in 2018. I can link the playlist here if you're interested in checking that out. But I was hoping these were gonna be a win. I was hoping they were going to be drugstore liquid lipsticks that really worked for me. And sadly, they did not. So I decluttered them out of my collection. The next product that didn't work for me, it wasn't a bad makeup product. It was a product that did not work with my dry skin, and it is the Cover FX Translucent Powder. I have heard a ton of YouTubers raving about this powder, comparing it to my holy grail Laura Mercier Translucent Powder. I think this one comes in, this is Translucent Light, so I feel like they have a shade that's supposed to be good for like medium to deep skin tones as well. I'm glad I got the smaller size. I think I got this during a VIB sale to try, and it does not work underneath my eyes. It settles into my fine lines. It makes my under eyes look super duper dry, and it's just not a product that worked for me. Now, I do still have it in my collection. I did not return it. I want to say it was like $20-something. I use it every now and then to set my forehead, but I have not been using it a lot in the winter time because my skin is already dry, but it's extra, extra dry in the winter and extra, extra dry because I'm pregnant. So this was a fail for me. It's something that didn't work out for me, but could be good for other people. If you have oily skin, you may love this powder. But it was a pass for me, so I will definitely not be repurchasing it. I did also try a couple foundations, and if I have any videos on any of these products, I will list them down below or link them up above so that you can check them out if you're interested. One being the No. 7 Stay Perfect Foundation. I got this on a recommendation by my friend Samantha March here on YouTube. And you can get No. 7 products at Target. It's drugstore. It's a little bit on the pricier end of drugstore, but still affordable. I wanted to pick it up because she was raving about this foundation, and I think I heard a couple of other YouTubers rave about it as well. So I went into Target, picked out my shade. There were not a lot of shade selections at Target, first of all, so that might have been my mistake as well. There were 2 light shades. One was like more warm toned and one was more cool toned, and I have a warm undertone. So I went with the warm undertone, and I filmed was it a review? I think it was a review. I don't think it was a Tested Out Tuesday. I filmed a review using this foundation, and in that review, when I applied the foundation, I looked really gray. Like it had just this gray tint to it, and I'm like, this is the warm toned foundation. Cool tone's not gonna work for me because it's going to pull more pink and I have more yellow undertones in my skin. So the shade was off. I was very disappointed. I contemplated not keeping the foundation. I contemplated not returning it. I ended up returning it in the end, but I really liked the foundation wear. I liked the texture of the foundation. I liked how it sat on my skin. It was just specifically the color that didn't work for me. So I've heard other people say that there's a larger shade range online, so I would be interested in looking online and trying this foundation out again in the future if I can find a shade that matches me. But I just have so many other foundations that actually match my skin tone that I didn't want to keep one in my collection that I would have to mix with another one, if you know what I mean. Another foundation that did not work for me was a 2018 favorite of many people, and that is the CoverGirl Vitalist Healthy Elixir Foundation. So many people raved about this foundation on YouTube, especially Raw Beauty Christy. She talked about this foundation so much. It was her holy grail. She was always wearing it. It didn't work for me. For the same exact reason, the number 7 did not work for me. I picked this one up in store. I think I even tried a couple shades. Every time I would put it on, it would oxidize so bad on my skin that I looked really, really orange. And not even like an orange where I could like blend it into my neck and make it look okay. Like super duper orange where there was no way that I could make it work. So I ended up returning that as well. And then I was watching one of Raw Beauty Christy's videos, and this was like a long time ago, back when it first came out. She was applying it, and I noticed it looked a little orange on her skin as well, and she even mentioned that the shade does not match her, and that she hasn't found a shade that matches her, but that she loves the formulation and the texture of the foundation so much that she just deals with it. So maybe it's just an orange foundation. I have no idea. If the CoverGirl Healthy Elixir has worked for you, let me know down below. If it made you orange, let me know. I don't know if it's just me. I don't know what the deal was, but those two foundations did not work for me. I also tried out a primer. Well, I tried out a few primers, but I tried out a primer that did not work for me. I used up my Too Faced Hangover RX, which is my favorite Holy Grail foundation primer. I had that in my project pan and I absolutely love it. But when I finished it, instead of repurchasing the same thing over and over and over, I wanted to try something different. So I ordered online without trying the YSL Touche Clot Blur Primer because a lot of YouTubers talk about how they love it. It's definitely on the pricier side of things. So I thought, you know what, I want to try it out. Maybe it'll give me a nice glow. Maybe it'll blur out pores. It does have like gold flecks in it. So I thought, hey, all right, might give my skin a healthy glow. But when I tried it on, first of all, it felt like I was putting silicone on my face, which I did not enjoy. I did not enjoy that feeling at all. Felt like I was putting silicone on my face. And then those little gold flecks, they did not dissolve. The Guerlain primer, I had a sample of that this year and I really liked that. Those gold flecks do disappear. The gold flecks in the YSL stay gold on your face. And I've mentioned in previous videos, I am not a glitter gal. Like, glitter is just not my thing. And it looked like I had glitter all over my face. So I couldn't do it after one use. I returned it. I could not get down with that primer. I mentioned in my Best of Beauty that I love my Anastasia Beverly Hills brows. I know people say that it's pretty expensive and you can find good drugstore dupes, so I thought, you know what? I love my ABH brow products. I don't mind spending the money, but if there's a dupe out there, I want to know. So I did pick up this year, and I filmed a Test It Out Tuesday during my drugstore week using the NYX, what is this called? The Micro Brow Pencil. This is supposed to be a dupe for the Brow Wiz by Anastasia. Now, in the video that I filmed, I got the shade Auburn because I'm a redhead. I get caramel in the ABH products, so I got Auburn. That's like a hot orange. Like, it is orange. So I filmed it for the video, ended up returning it or exchanging it for this one in the shade Taupe. Now, Taupe does work for me. I can use this. It's definitely a heck of a lot cheaper than the Anastasia Beverly Hills brow products. But Caramel by ABH is so perfect for my hair color, and Taupe is a lot lighter. I have to apply more pressure. I need to press down a little bit harder. And the color match is just not perfect for me. So I personally would rather spend the money to get the ABH products than a cheaper alternative. However, if you can find a shade that matches you, I don't think this was a bad product or a bad brow pencil. I just prefer my Anastasia ones. I also tried out the Natasha Denona Mini Sunset Palette, which was a huge letdown for me. I was super excited at the thought of trying out a Natasha Denona eyeshadow palette. So when she started coming out with the minis that were $25 for 5 shades, I was like, this is my chance. This is my chance to try out Natasha Denona eyeshadows. So I picked up the mini Sunset palette, filmed a Test It Out Tuesday with it. I can't remember in my Test It Out Tuesday how I felt about it immediately. I might have been on the fence about it, but last year, in the beginning of the year, in the beginning of January, my husband and I traveled to Atlanta for a wedding, and I brought the Natasha Denona Mini Sunset Eyeshadow Palette with me, thinking I could use that beautiful like maroon shade. There was like no pigmentation. Not no pigmentation. The pigmentation was very poor. It was very, very light. I tried using my finger, I tried using Fix Plus, I tried using water. I just could not get the pigment to show up. So for that reason, I ended up decluttering the Natasha Denona Mini Sunset palette, and I don't have any plans in the future to pick up another Natasha Denona eyeshadow palette. I don't know if you guys can hear Royce. She's making this like low growl in her throat outside the door. I hope you can hear it, because it's hilarious. I locked her out. First of all, she wants to go outside in the backyard, but she gets into stuff. She's a digger. She messes with things. She messes with the other dogs that our neighbors have. So I can't let her be outside when I'm not there to like monitor her. But if I let her in the room, she's going to sit right here next to me and literally bark the entire time. Then we have another drugstore product that I tried for my drugstore week, and it was the Maybelline Total Temptation Mascara. Now, Maybelline mascaras are my favorites. In my Best of Beauty, I mentioned Maybelline the Rocket. I've been using Maybelline mascaras since high school. I absolutely love Maybelline's mascaras. They're super affordable, they're great quality, but the Total Temptation Mascara was not what I was looking for. It was a very, very wet formula, so I would have to apply it, and then I had to be careful not to move my eyes too much, where I did get transfer onto my lids. But also, it didn't really provide volume. Volume is what I look for in a mascara, and I just felt like it didn't really make my lashes longer or more voluminous. It just made them more black. So I used it completely, decluttered it. That will not be a repurchase for me. And the very last product that I'm going to share with you is another drugstore product. It is by Flower Beauty. I've heard so many people talking about Flower Beauty. I wanted to try Flower Beauty out this year. This is one of their trios. This is called the Lift and Sculpt Contouring Palette in Light to Medium. I wanted to love this, but I don't. And I wish that I returned it, but actually I don't think I could return it. So note to self, I purchased from the Flower Beauty website. You can't return when you purchase from the Flower Beauty website. I should have waited for this to come out at Ulta, because you can return it at Ulta and Flower Beauty is now there. But I couldn't return this. I want to say it was like $14.99 or $15 or $16, around that price range. I knew from the jump I was not going to use this blush. It's like a bubblegum pink. It's just not something that I knew right off the bat I wasn't going to use it. This bronzer or contour shade is very light, even for my skin tone, and I have a very light skin tone. The highlighter was good, but it wasn't amazing. It wasn't all that I thought it was going to be, because so many people have talked about how they love Flower Beauty highlighters, and it didn't blow me away. It wasn't amazing. So this was a fail for me. It didn't work out. I do want to try the Flower Beauty highlighter trios, because people still keep talking about how amazing those are. So perhaps this year in 2019, I can pick up one of those and try them out, and I will get it from Ulta, so that if it does not work out, I can return it. And that's gonna do it for this video. I was trying to wrap it up before the sunlight comes over me completely. The sun is like moving in front of the window that I film in. But those are my products that just did not work for me in 2018. My makeup regrets, disappointing makeup products. If any of these are your favorite, that is amazing. That is totally fine. We all have different skin textures. We all have different skin types. And not all of these products were bad. Some of them were good products that just didn't work out for me. So, if you like these videos, go ahead and give this a thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed before you go. I do post 2 videos a week on Wednesday and Saturday, and I try to get a bonus 3rd video up on Mondays or Tuesdays. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!